this. I'm going to start with this. I'm a failed entrepreneur. And I think that's something that I'm really, really proud of. And I think we need to start being more proud of our failures. I learned more in my failed experience as an insurtech founder than I have in my entire career as a lawyer in London. It's over 10 years. And my MBA combined. I'm the director for the UK Kenya Tech Hub, which is a UK government initiative based here in Kenya. And we do some really, really amazing things because we really, really feel that entrepreneurs are the ones who are going to solve development challenges. So the cool thing about what I get to do is I actually get to do what I love. And in the process, actually help the people that I think are the most important. And that's entrepreneurs. And in particular, female entrepreneurs. Because I think you're the ones who are going to solve Kenya and potentially Africa and potentially the world's challenges. So yeah, that's my ambition. Now, a second thing that comes up quite a lot is like in terms of leadership styles, there's the softer skills that they say sort of women are sort of good at. Now, although we say softer skills, I just call it listening. Like if you listen to somebody, you'll understand what they're good at, how to get the best out of them, and that works for you. So I think, yes, there are different kind of leadership styles, but I also think a lot of the times that's sort of, perceived that only women with, certain characteristics are leaders and others are not. One of the things I feel a bit embarrassed about is I don't want to be seen to be self-promoting. I just don't want to be seen to be self-promoting. I just don't want to be one of those people that's constantly self-promoting. And it's a genuine thing, right? Because because in my head, I equate that to, well, the fact that I need to self-promote means I must not be very good, and therefore I need to do that. Because if I was good, people would recognize it. Like even with my startup, a part of me was like, my startup is so good, people will know how good it is. Or my work is so good, my employer will notice. Or my leadership qualities, or I'm doing such a good job that somebody's going to go out there and nominate me as a leader or the top 40 or Forbes or whatever. No, they're not. And me promoting myself, in my head, always felt like, well, I must not be very good because I had to do this. I think people think it's one or the other, right? They think that if you are supportive in this, you must be a weak man or what. No, in fact, and I think more than feminism, right? We need to change the definition of masculinity. We're too busy focusing on change the definition of masculinity, and all of a sudden it feels, and we're the same. Masculinity, was it the Gillette ad or something that came out? There was an amazing ad because masculinity, it's what we've got right now is toxic masculinity. We don't need that. Masculinity is about strength. It's not about aggression, So I think as we discuss, how do we support women and being, I think it's important, but let's, it's not so separate. You can have, women can have traits that are considered masculine right now, aggression. Of course, there are women like that. And there are men who can have traits that are considered feminine, which is, sensitivity, compassion. So the traits themselves, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman, but it's just that we expect men to have certain traits and women to have other traits. And actually, some of the traits we expect men to have, they don't even want to have them. They're awful. They don't help you in anything. They don't even help you in your career.
Yeah.
They're the result. They're the reasons why these big lawsuits happen, and big settlements. So, it's a lose-lose.